When I went outside, I found my son hanging on my veranda, and the most wicked sight in my life.
Listen, depression is never an option. Some people, they slip into a depressed state due to a heartbreak or due to some circumstances, due to failure. If you want to succeed, go and ask a lot of people. They passed through failure. Failure is like a stepping stone to success. So don't kill yourself because you tried or you attempted this thing and you failed 2 times, you failed 3 times, you failed 10 times. As you fail, you learn. It's as if you are falling, but you don't just remain on the ground, you stand up. Depression is really not a reason for you to kill yourself. When there is life, there is hope. Suicide is never an option. Speak out. Now this guy is gone. He is gone. Who knows, in the nearest future, he could have become someone very, very big in life, but he decided to cut that short. Why? Now, even if we are to shift away from the social side, okay, and shift towards the spiritual side, even the word of God says it that if you have no authority to take away your life, you don't even own your life. You don't own your life. God gave you that life. You don't own it. You don't have the authority to take away your life. There is always hope. No matter how dark the tunnel might seem, no matter how long it might seem, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. There is always light. When I was going through some of the comments placed under this video I'm about to show you, I also saw some comments and I would like to show you one. I'm going to just put it on the screen right now. Like, there is enough reasons why you shouldn't kill yourself, why you shouldn't take away your life. You won't even be the first person to go through the kind of situation you are going through. There is nothing new under the sun. There is nothing new. You won't be the first person to pass through that, and you won't be the last person. Don't be the scapegoat. Don't be the one that would then decide to take away your life. Your life is precious. You have potentials. Don't mind what anybody says. So far you can believe it within yourself that you have potentials, and I'm sure you can believe it. It's just some of your emotions that are making you to feel like you are useless, making you to feel like life is just shit. But it's not. The moment you decide to see life as being beautiful, trust me, everything will change. That is the moment everything will change. So if you are in a depressed state, speak up. Just tell somebody. Speak to somebody. Don't sit in that state. Alright? Don't sit in that state. Don't build up on that foundation of depression. Don't. A problem shared is half solved. The person who brought it up didn't just bring it up for a mere statement. The person must have thought of something that ignited that statement, that a problem shared is half solved. Trust me, it doesn't matter what you are going through. Don't be ashamed. Don't be scared to talk. Speak to whoever you know that you can trust, whether it be your doctor, whether it be your teacher, whether it be your pastor, your friend, your mom, your dad, your sibling. Just speak. Don't keep it within you. Let it out. Let it out. Trust me, the moment you speak to somebody, you start getting relieved. And nobody would, in his or her right senses, would have you speak to him about you being depressed and just remain that way. Trust me, don't kill yourself because of depression. It is not enough for you to take. That's not enough reason for you to take away your life. Whether it's due to heartbreak, whether it's due to any complications, whether it's due to the fact that you lost someone dear to you, or you failed one time or the other, please don't kill yourself. You are too precious. So I'm just going to allow you to go through the video, to watch the video, and just see for yourself that really, don't waste your life. If you commit suicide, you just wasted one precious life. A life, someone that could help thousands of people. Let me tell you, even if you get out of this depressed state, and then you speak to people, you have helped lives. You have helped to save lives because you're speaking to them out of your own experience. You're trying to tell them that if I could get out of this, you also can get out of your own depressed state. There is really no reason for you to take away your life. Trust me on that one. I'm going to put the video on the screen right now so you can watch her story, okay? And please, I don't know who this might send a message across to, even if it's just one person. Please, I don't want you to commit suicide. I don't want you to waste your life. You are important. Don't mind what anybody is telling you. Don't mind any negative things that people are saying. They do not own your life. They do not. So they have no right to downgrade you or to make you feel in low esteem or to make you feel depressed or whatever it is. Alright? Depression can also be likened to a wound that you have. Now when you speak up, when you speak to somebody, that's the fact that you've spoken out, you've let out some of the burden you're carrying. It's like a balm over that wound. Alright, so eventually when you talk to someone and then they keep talking to you, talking to you about making you see reasons why you shouldn't waste your life, slowly that wound begins to heal up. It begins to heal up. But if you have that wound and then you decide to keep it to yourself, you don't speak up, you don't speak out, trust me, that wound will continue to get worse, and eventually you'll kill yourself. It will take away your life. Do you understand? So that's just, depression can be likened to that. So please, I'm begging, please let this video just be like a preaching to you, a motivation for you, a counsel for you. Alright, so please, you're too precious. Trust me, I will always keep saying that you are too precious. Alright, so please just watch this video, and if you have any comments, let me know in the comment section already. Alright, so you can always talk to anybody. Alright,
that my son committed suicide, and he committed suicide on my veranda, and my 2 small children are the ones who found him. And they kept telling me, "Mommy, come and see, kuna game mbaya Chichi anacheza." And it was a Sunday evening and we had just had supper, and I thought that it was just one of his antics because he was a difficult boy. He became very difficult after he failed his Form 4 exams. And so finally, when they kept going and coming, and I was in my room. When I went outside, I found my son hanging on my veranda, and the most wicked sight in my life is to see his tongue hanging almost up till here, because he had I screamed and I climbed up immediately and I collected him and I put him down and I rushed. I started calling his sisters to take him to hospital. So we rushed to hospital, but when we reached there, the hospital told us that nobody actually was doing anything. They checked it. I told them to put him on oxygen because he was lacking oxygen and his fingers had become gray because there was no oxygen. That usually happens after 2 minutes or about 6 minutes of lack of oxygen in the body. So I walked out and I just went and I told God, "God, please help me. Please help me." So when I went back, they were not doing anything. I asked them, why aren't you doing anything? And then it just dawned on me that actually it was over. And as it was over, there was no need for oxygen. There was no need for anything else. And so we had to wait there until we reported to the chief, reported to Embakasi police, and wait until about 3 o'clock when the police vehicle came to take my son and put him in a vehicle car and take him to the mortuary. That is the most wicked, hateful thing that you'll ever need to see. Youth, hakuna kitu ngumu sana ile huwezi kuongea. There is nothing. There is nothing so hard that cannot be discussed. Whether it was sexual violence, which I came to discover that he had been sodomized, whether it was bullying in school, whether it was peer pressure, whether it was failing his exams. So when he failed his exams, first of all, his knowing depression makes you have all the symptoms that are mentioned in that paper. All of them, he had them. He would come to the sitting room, he's dressed in his underwear, he doesn't care, he doesn't come out of bed. So I used to insist he comes and eats with us. He doesn't want to eat with us. And so they become very difficult when depression hits. So recognize, please, when somebody starts shutting down, there's a problem. This boy had grown up as a very healthy, loving, fun-loving boy, full of love, full of laughter, full of jokes. But something happened somewhere along the line, and he just started withdrawing. And I kid you not, within 6 months, he had committed suicide. Youth, I want to tell you, you know, you can think that you're the one in the problem. There's a place you will reach, you will be unable to pull yourself out again. So before you reach that pit, before you reach that bottom, please ensure that you have talked to somebody. Please ensure that you have shared with somebody. There's nothing too hard. There's nothing too hard. The Bible says there is nothing new under the sun. So anything that you're going through is not new. It has happened to somebody else, and it can be solved. We buried my son, but now the after effects are the worst, because now I kept blaming myself. What didn't I do? What did I do? I tried to be as supportive as I wanted. He refused school. One day he just said, "Mami sirudi yo shule," and that was it. I had to look for another school for him to go to. And when he went to another school again, then he refused to attend lessons. And then he attends exams, and then he's shocked that he fails his exams. And so when we showed him his results and he came home with the results, he couldn't believe it, and that's when he started going downhill. So the sisters, his sisters, my children, all tried to encourage him to do other things. You can't sit. Do you want to go to driving school? Do you want to go to college? Do you want to draw? Because he was a very good artist. Do you want to draw? What do you want to do? We'll do it for you. He says, "Bado siko tayari, bado sijajua, I'll let you know." Then that day, he hung himself. But what it has happened, the after effects, is that thereafter, I'm the one who hit depression. I couldn't believe, I couldn't think, I couldn't eat. I couldn't think. How do you bury a 20-year-old son? A boy with mandevu? Somebody, how do you bury your son? Just how do you bury your son? In August this year, we went to fix his grave. And there's nobody who feels the pain apart from a mother, apart from a brother, apart from a sister. Nobody feels that pain. You might think that you're in a pit, but you're not. There is always help. I want to thank the government for making mental health a priority, because we would have lost so many. When we were going to collect my son that day, we were so many parents. We left at 5 in the morning because we were going to Siaya. And I tell you, 6 parents were there because of suicide. 6 parents. And those that were in there that were waiting to be collected the following day, some were being brought in. We cannot lose youth for something that has got a solution. We cannot lose you who have got the energy to build our country for something that has got solutions. I beg you to engage with the processes that are available for us, for the options that are open for us, and please, so that you don't hurt your parents also. Because even when you go, the pain remains with us. The pain remains with the sisters, the pain remains with the brother, and the stigma that is associated with suicide. I personally don't care. I personally don't care what anybody thinks about me. And that is why I said that just to honor my son's memory, I will speak about mental health. Thank you very much.